Hello, my name is Chevalier. Welcome back for another episode of Guardians of Silk in EU4, me in Texas. And in previous episode we conquered a decent bit of land in here, so now we definitely do have the silk production required for the goal of this series. I mean, this province alone has almost enough of that. So yeah, that's sorted out now. We are not neighboring Ming yet, although we are neighboring one of their tributaries. So it might be just a matter of time. I mean, we don't know how much Ming is going to take from Siberia, for example. So we might end up being their neighbors very shortly. And actually, well, we are coring that, so we can't build there. We got a lot of money, but at the same time, we might want to save some of that for embracing the global trade, which is probably going to happen in a few years' time, if we're lucky. If we're not lucky, then it's going to take a bit longer. But I definitely want to get that institution down, because already minus, or plus, not 70, 45% for the Miltech, and not quite as much for the others, but it's still a substantial amount of points that we are spreading extra. But we've got 1100 development now. That's pretty good. Oh wow. How much are they taking attrition? 10%. Right, so actually, now I'm getting a bit curious. Army losses, total. Ming has lost 25 million to attrition. Okay, I mean, I'm on the front page of the losses as well. But like, VJ is 1.5 million. Turkish Empire 1 million, Hindustan almost 1 million, Mongolistan lost quite a bit as well. But yeah, 25 to attrition, that's quite a bit. Now to be fair, they got a massive army, to be fair. They got still 1.4 million manpower, almost 1.5 million manpower in reserve, and almost 1.5 million troops on field. But to be fair, if they're running around with 500,000 men armies in here, I mean, it's not one army, of course, but like, that is quite massive. Oh, of course, it's, fighting Hungary, Austria, Fiume, and Pisa. I mean, sure, I can allow you to move through my territory. I don't see why you'd actually have. Well, I suppose it makes it a little bit easier to get through my lands, to get a bit further, especially if you go into Ossetia and then into Commonwealth or something. And that would be quite a successful route, all things considered. Okay, so we got 17 ducats per month income right now. That is really good. We're spending a lot on the corruption still, although I suppose we could afford doing it a little bit more. How much are we spending? 25 per year, okay. We're going to go up to 50 per year, I suppose. That's going to cost us 8 ducats per month, though, but I suppose we got the income for it. And if we're going to reduce the corruption even further, that means a lot less power cost for a lot of things, and more trade power. Fort defense goes up, legitimacy goes up faster, and morale recovery speed is higher. The institutions rate is going to be higher as well. So there's a lot of good things in reducing the corruption, of course, but it can get a little bit expensive. Right, so how is the stability doing? Is it still going down? Slowly. I don't suppose there's anything in the nobility over here that we could do. We could align the faction, but that's would be counterintuitive. So not really in there. I suppose there might be a little bit in the burger stuff that we could do. Is it the... well, there's the commerce. Look at autonomy. I do recall there was something that increased... it was the tax relief, wasn't it? Yeah, that increased the loyalty. Extend the burgers from all commerce fees for 5 years. Stability increase interval goes up. So we will get... we will still probably lose a tiny bit of stability next year. Although next year one of the modifiers is going to expire, so at that point we will be pretty good. Let's go ahead and get another core underway. So we've got this place. Is the autonomy stopped? No, it's still going up. Alright. Well, that's a bit unfortunate, but we are still probably at our force limit. Yeah, we are. We could have a bit more ships, to be fair. I mean, we've actually increased the naval material production now. It's probably because the price has gone up, because there's larger navy to, you know, supply and all that. We could perhaps afford getting another light ship in here. To be fair, we should probably go ahead and just upgrade this fleet. Let's send them to Odisha. And upgrade ships. It's going to be 32 ducats. Frigate built ships. Oh, okay, yeah. Sure, I'll take those. So what do we need? We need 40 points for Bukhara. And that is all the cores underway. Then just making Theodoro and Matraka into actual cores. Oh yeah, they're going through my territory over here. So it kind of makes sense then. But they're using that. we almost got 1,000 score already. And number 16 in terms of score. Who is actually the next one? Who we are trying to catch up? The total score, we are... Okay, so we're just behind Venice, so we're going to surpass those them rather quickly. We're getting a lot more points. I think we are actually one of the biggest gainers in points. I mean, there's Ming, Great Britain. Just those two that are getting more. Alright. Well, that's good. I mean, yeah, we're going to surpass Venice soon. Hindustan is going to take a little bit longer, although they're not getting any points. But yeah, it's going to still take quite some time. So once we get through that, we can maybe get... Well, Mamluks is going to be another one that is going to take a while. Well, I mean, we're not doing too shabby on that regardless. Got plenty of money, which we're still saving for the... Oh, did we... Oh, yeah, no, we're waiting for the Bukhara, 40 points. So 2 months, and then we're going to do that. How's the corruption doing? So it is now dropping again. We might be able to get it below 13, maybe even around 12 points of corruption. Which, honestly, is not bad. Oh, right, so we could do this. Would probably be a bad idea right now. I didn't realize that we did get the influence for them, though. Not that I'm completely... Well, I suppose if we got 2 advisors for them. Yeah, 2 advisors for them, so that kind of makes sense. But that would be less feudal levies, more professionalism and army tradition, and also it would unlock some of the modifiers over here. It's the... Oh, believe it, yeah, regional garrisons. Well, actually, no, it wouldn't unlock that directly, but it would slowly pave the way down that direction. Why is the last one centralized? Oh, career soldier. Ah, I see. So I suppose it wouldn't directly give that much. We could, of course, switch to the variable responsibilities. I don't know how much that does. And of course, we could also go for devolve unitary. Oh, right. Again, another core. And we can set Bukhara underway. Right, have we got on the... no, the capital isn't built yet. How close are we getting... Oh, okay, 2 years. We'll have that, possibly. Right, so I started thinking during the alternate over there that perhaps... Oh, Mamluks are fighting a war. Banu Khalid and case. Ooh. Right, so if I was to declare war, their side would be fairly strong. Plus, since we've got military action and all that, we can't actually declare war on them. But we can probably... First things first. Cancel military access. Oh, we got another merchant. Well, I'll be. Where do we send that? I suppose we could send one in there. Just open up the India trade notes a bit more for us. So there's still these 2. Oh, Theodoro must have lots of development in there because it's a bit less now. So is Theodoro still at 100% autonomy? No, it's 86. Okay. And it's got mediocre communications. Could be better. Enforced obligations are expired. So the amount of manpower that we have... Oh, wow. There's 42 Ming troops just walking through my lands. Alright. There's 400,000 there. Are they taking... Yeah, taking 5% attrition there. Yeah. How much have they taken attrition damage by now? 26 million? So that's another 500,000 that they lost to attrition. They lost a decent bit of manpower. But I suppose they also gain quite a bit per year. At least that's kind of my hunch on that subject. Right, so do we have... There's already 95% in Derbent over here. It's still going to take another 2 years probably. And over here it's going to take it even longer than that. Although, once it's present in Derbent, it's going to start spreading it faster in Baku. And then once it's spreading faster in Baku, it's going to start spreading faster over here. And by that point, I'm sure that... I think Derbent might already be sufficient. If not, then Baku and Derbent combined should be plenty to get the institution embraced. I mean, how much are they combined? Well, it's actually only 28 development combined. But of course, with the autonomy factor in... It's about 2/3 of that goes out of the window. So it would be only like 8, 9? Around 9 points of development for that calculation. So let's have a look. Would 9 development be sufficient? Probably not, actually. So we might have to wait quite a while still. Although on this side is at least also spreading, although very slowly. Right, let's go ahead and get Theodoro into a proper province, and then we'll take the other one. And after that, we'll focus down the admin tech a little bit, because we're falling a bit behind in there. Although I suppose until we get the global rate, we don't actually have to do that, but there would be some good stuff later on in here, I reckon. For example, max as a resource extraction sites would be quite nice. We're gonna get that after the rationalism, actually. So yeah, that would be good. What else? I suppose this only shows the urban production. Admin efficiency would go up at some point as well. Oh, another idea group at 46. Okay, what idea group do we want to actually have? We can spend some time thinking about that while we're waiting for other things to happen. Right, so we got 3 military. I think, yeah, we got 9 idea groups, so we got 3 of everything. So I think either military idea group or Diplo. If we take Diplo, then there would be probably either the mercantilism, domestic trade power and all that, embargo efficiency, monthly autonomy change, that would be quite nice, and commercial district costs, harbour construction costs, naval combat of owned coast, alright, caravan power, ooh, actually that might be good for us. Another option would be, I think culture ideas might be alright. That would increase stability, that would increase, I think, legitimacy, culture, I don't know if that's culture conversion or embracing another culture would go down, Diplo reputation would go, or yeah, the cost would go down for the culture thing. More advice, or possible advisors, and chance to get female advisors. The aristocrats, that would increase the cavalry and all that, so it could be okay. Influence ideas would lower the libidities higher, which is actually not bad. Or if we go for free trade, we could do a bit more. Oh, actually, it would reduce corruption as well, I think. Just judging by the icons there. And ship would make more trade, or yeah, more trade power from ships. Let's see, Diplo reputation, interest per annum, merchants from trade centers. Ooh, yearly corruption, trade power from abroad, and trade range, and trade steering. That would be quite nice. Trade power from abroad and extra Diplo relations. Oh. Right, what about the mercantilism? Trade power, domestic, provincial trade power modifier, merchant trade power, commercial district cost, autonomy, embargo efficiency, advisor cost for admin, and then there's the combat and the caravan. Let's go ahead and accept that marriage proposal in the meanwhile. Cavalry combat ability would be potentially useful. Base hierarchy, chance of a new heir, manpower recovery speed, cavalry cost and leaders without upkeep, okay. Diplo reputation and Diplo relations. A bit of legitimacy, aristocrat influence as well. Advisor cost minus 20%, oh, leader cost minus 10%. That's quite useful, and prestige decay. So those are okay. Over here we'd probably have to go for this standing army, I believe, to get the level 3 for the military, I believe. The government reform or whatever. That wouldn't be too bad. Or we could go, well, I don't want to take another admin idea, so it's probably going to be either one of these two. What about the evidence idea? Spy network, improved relations, prestige, imperial authority. Okay, we don't need that one. Aggressive expansion, envoy travel, actions, relations, impact, and then there was something else. Alliance limit. Oh, that would be interesting. Lowers the impact on stability from diplomatic actions would be quite nice. Now, I did say that I wanted to break relations with Mamluks now. I think it's time. So what we're going to do is we're going to just dissolve this alliance. That doesn't mean that we'll fight Turkish Empire probably alone, because we've broken the alliance with Sibir, and actually, is there any other possibilities for an alliance, I wonder? The truce with Turkish Empire just expired. That might be poor timing, or poor timing for Mamluks. They still like me, though. Oddly enough. Let's go ahead and get that core completed. So, we're getting still 11.5 ducats per month. It's not too bad. The total development has gone up by 1. Over here, we don't have the bureaucrat influence again. Alright, how's the stability doing? I think it's actually going up again. Oh yeah, it's going up. Not very fast, mind you. But it is going up. How much do we need? Oh wow, we got 1,000 ducats already, and it is in Derbent, but it's only... Yeah, it's not sufficient. I wonder how quickly it's spreading down here now. 0.11, it's 0.46 in Baku, and then it's going to start spreading over here faster as well. Which means that that one's going to get 0.35 at least. Mamluks not going to take your alliance. I am going to get the middle tick, I suppose. Because it's still going to take a while before we get the idea group. We might as well go for the full... Oh, and now the nationalism is a thing. Okay, has the nationalism started spreading into our land? No, not yet. We don't have the tech for that. I don't think. And it's probably not far enough either. Oh well. Or maybe someone already has it. Let's have a look. I don't see any in Europe. Which is where I'd presume it would spawn in. So no, no one's got that, but it's still affecting the cost already. So I'm guessing we are ahead of time now? No, we're not ahead of time. Alright, well that's going to unlock more infantry. And new cavalry. Artillery fire goes up again. Oh wow. Cavalry shot goes up. Yeah, so that's... Miltech 50 is going to be rather nice. Let's put it that way. Can we afford to increase in the army size here? We could. Let's go to 8 artillery on this army. So Ansang's army is going to be really good at sieging things down. Which is kind of what it's supposed to be doing anyway. Mamluk's got still quite a navy compared to us. But I think... Miltech is the one that we are most... or furthest ahead of in. So standing army ideas might be the best bet then. It's going to increase the movement speed. Manpower recovery speed, national unrest goes down, siege ability goes up, morale recovery speed, reinforce speed, and more professionalism and tradition decay goes down, and then manpower recruitment cost minus 10%, prestige from land battles extra third in there as well. So yeah, we're going to be hitting our force limit again. We don't have a lot of army tradition, although we got some maintained for at least, although we might need a bit more. Admittedly. Right, so let's go ahead and upgrade this fort. Because seemingly it's going to take a while before we're ready with anything else, so it's just going to get a star fort in there. It's going to be a nice central location. But yeah, if we declare war on Mamluks, I wonder who would join now. I mean, we've still got truce, so... The Banu Time, Ajuran, Varzangali, Ausa, Kelgres, and Ramazan. I believe they are fairly low in Miltech. Yeah, they're 43 compared to our 49, so we got quite an advantage in there. We probably won't be able to declare the war anytime soon, but once we can, it's going to be quite glorious. Let's have a look at the global trade again. Is it already present in Baku? No, not yet. It's 91% there. I'm spreading in these two as well. Still way behind in Admin though. But we only need like 190 points to get that next level. Oh, a global ship trade power. Okay, 4% extra there. And we never got the extra ship, did we? Oh, it's already trading. Alright, let's just send these to protect trade in Anatolia, shall we? Should increase our trade power at least. I'm not entirely sure if it's going to increase our income that much. Yeah, we already got 68% in there. I mean, that's not too bad. Right, still got about 40,000 manpower, and that's not too bad. We're starting to know a lot more about, well, not much of the inland in South America yet, but we're slowly learning a lot of things there. And what about... Okay, so there's some French and a lot of British, basically, in here. Oh, I can... Oh. Right, I got missionary to send somewhere. Let's have a look at the releases map mode, actually. Derbent is again... Okay, we are converting Baku. Wait for... Okay, so it's not sending it again. Right, Derbent. It's probably easier to just go in here and start converting through there. So it's... Yeah, it's still gonna go fairly quickly. I'm not too worried about that. Still making 10 ducats per month. I mean, the real expenses are starting... Oh, right. Did we actually switch that thing around? No. Let's go for the variable. I don't know how much of an impact it's going to have. Probably we're going to get more money, but at the same time it means that we'll have a higher state upkeep. Just looking at the federalism and devolved unitary. I think if we go for the devolved unitary, that might open up a few more options. Can't go for the total centralization. That's fine. And... Oh, right. We need to go for the unitarism to... Revoke all autonomy, centralizing all administration within a standard governing structure. I wonder if that would be useful or not. I reckon the autonomy would drop with that. Let's go for the default unitary then. We got plenty of points, so we could definitely go for the... We got the nobility in there, state tax farming. Let's actually not go for that quite yet. Because if there's some problems with the unitary stuff, for example, I'd like to be able to spot that first before we go deeper into problems. Sometimes you don't want to keep digging. Wait, what are they doing? Why are their troops just moving about here? We're not in a war. Oh, right, but we were preparing... No, we had the war already in there. We are preparing for a war against the Mamluks, to be fair. Which are currently fighting against Kate and Dolgare. Who are you actually fighting? Banu Kali and Kate. Okay, so Dolgare is just on their side instead. Banu Kali is... Ooh, actually... Got 11,000 Kate, would not join that. That would be a potential way... I mean, actually... I have a cunning plan. Instead of going for Antioch or something like that, we could just go through the Arabian deserts here and then reach into Sinai or something like that, or like take Jerusalem and all that sort of stuff. And go maybe Alexandria. If we start going heavy into or against Mamluks, we could take a lot of land, that's for sure. But yeah, we'd have to take Banu Khalid first. Which, to be fair, is probably not that far or difficult. How much is the cost for the entire... It's only 30% war score, yeah, that would be actually quite cheap. Let's have a look at the unrest in here. So there's not that much unrest for this army at all, actually. We are at 20,000. I'm going to stop the mission. A bit down south. There are sieged down by Banu Tamim right now, though. They'll probably be pieced out soon enough. I'd imagine, anyway. We'll start preparing for a war in there. I mean, we're not going to declare the war until we can actually start seizing things down. We'll conquer that nation. And then Banu Tamim, if we declare war on you, it would be Damascus, Mamluks, and Yemen. Okay, that might be a little bit different. I suppose we could always do an imperialism war against Yemen. Well, that's a lot of allies that they have. Never mind. If we declare war on Damascus, would Mamluks would join that, and Korsid would join that. Okay, so if we declare war on Korsid, then are you still allied to? Yeah, you're still allied to Turkish Empire. Right, so that would cause some issues. Truce at Korsid has ended. Well, speak of the devil. And investments happening. That was a lot of investment, to be fair. Okay, 96% of Baku. I think Baku is going to get us to like maybe 6% of the development required. But then it's going to start spreading into other areas. I mean, these are already gaining a little bit. It's not quick enough, though. Golistan has... Ooh, how much is that? That's 16 development, 2/3. Okay, so that is going to be another 5 or 6 development in there. Out of the 300-ish that we need. Actually, no, it's not 300. So Baku and Golistan would get us probably to 8%. Oh, there we go. We're getting another core. I don't suppose we're coring anything. I think we just should focus down getting the admin tech. So that we can slowly unlock... Or actually get the 2 admin tech so we can unlock the idea group. Start working on the standing army. Because the standing army is not bad. Especially the speed is going to allow us to either run away from large armies or catch up with small armies. That'll definitely be worthwhile. Well, still no truce down here. And there is a lot of troops moving about. I mean, to be fair, if need be, I can just declare war on Mamluks directly after the truce has expired, which shouldn't take all that... Well, it's 1699, so it's going to be another 3 years before we can do that. Now, it looks like Gilan is also getting the institution with a pretty good speed. But we are proud to have some Uzbek separatists. It's only 6,000. We'll provoke them. There's 8,000. We've got 20 right here. And they're sieging down that one fort in... Well, actually, but these two have garrisons. Most of them don't, though. Oh, looks like Siberia has finally made a truce. Are they now a tributary? Yeah, they're a tributary of Great Ming. They've still got a couple of allies, though. That kind of gives me a bit of a buffer zone in there, then. Unless they start declaring war on me directly. Sturben, did we actually manage to convert you? Or how bad is the situation there? It's only a few percent. Okay, let's just do it manually a few times. To keep things rolling. There we go. That may have been the end of the rebellion, or maybe not. No, not yet. Alright. Right, so Banu Khalid, how about you just peace out from that war? Maybe break your alliance with... Well, I mean, alliance with Case is probably not that bad. There we go. Rebels suppressed. Ooh. Okay, Banu Tamim just conquered all of that and also most of Case. How much do you have troops? 35,000. Okay, that's a bit more than I expected. But to be fair, if we could now get through that, then Hejaz and then Mamluks, we might be able to snake our way into Sinai. And that is a port into the Mediterranean. So that would be one way to do the goal of having port in Mediterranean. And then, since we already have the Silk, then it would just be reaching Ming, and that would be it. We're getting closer and closer. But unfortunately, we are also getting very close to the end of this episode, so if you enjoyed this, please like and subscribe if you haven't already. Also, check out the links down below in the description. But other than that, thank you very much for watching, and until next time, bye-bye.